So, Kate, what is the
Bridge.
book series you're reading? What are you like enthralled in?
All right.
Shout it out.
Well, okay. You guys ready to fall down this rabbit hole? It's not the autobiography of In the History of Degrassi, written by me.
Oh.
But it is.
Stupid.
I don't know what the series. I actually don't know if the series probably has a name. Does it say?
I thought it was called the Dragon Books. No?
Well, that's what I call it to you, so you know what's happening. It's like the Fourth Wing series. Some of you might be familiar with that, listeners. That's the first book is called Fourth Wing. The second book is Iron Flame. And the current book is Onyx Storm. It literally came out 10 days, not 10 days ago, a week ago. I am almost done with it. And, yeah, it's great.
And it's romance,
yeah,
slutty fantasy.
Yeah. It's like there's a college, where people go to learn how to ride dragons.
Cool.
But then everyone around you is dying at every moment. And then there's conspiracies and magic and death. And yes, there is sex sometimes. And there's an emo love interest. And I'm like,
Okay, so listeners, so Katie was like, I love this series. I'm blowing through it, and I want to keep reading. I don't know what book next. So then we were spitballing on books, and then I said we have to start recording because I just bought a book, and I was gonna send it to you.
What is it?
So the real listeners remember when we reviewed Practical Magic.
Oh,
they had a witch consultant named Dania Adams.
Oh!
Okay. And she had a book that she, like, updated. And I just bought it.
Is it Practical Magic 2?
It's called...
Magicking?
It's so ridiculous.
Oh, God.
It's called Soul Search.
Co-written by Bethany Hamilton with her one arm.
It's called Soul Surfing.
Oh!
Tune in your power to live the movie of your life.
Wait, I want that.
And it says your movie, your movie. Life, get to work. I'm sorry.
What's her name? Donella? What's it?
Dania Adams.
Dania, girl.
It has 5 stars from 2 people.
Are you one of them?
I might be the third. And I guess this book came out like in the 90s, and then she's like updated it.
Oh, God.
But she posted about it because I started following her after you told me about her. We watched the movie, and I started following her on Instagram, and she like went off about posting this, and she's so fucking confident and has like such conviction that I'm like, I'm gonna buy this immediately. So I'm gonna read it, and then I'm gonna send it to you.
Thank God.
Unless I'm like, oh no. But wait, I have to read this. Soul surfing combines 2 popular notions into a powerful prescription of spiritual development.
Oh, yeah.
A 10-step program.
Okay, well, here we go.
That tells readers how to achieve real-world benefits by connecting with their soul work with the same intensity and intimacy that they bring to movies, music, and media that dominate our culture.
I love it in theory. I hope it's like good.
I know.
It is giving a little like
culty.
Well, I was gonna say
cult,
or like Little Miss Sunshine, where it's like, here's my program, and you're like, no.
All you need are these 10 steps. You don't need money or food in your life.
Oh God.
So sorry I derailed your dragon books, but I forgot I bought this, and now you made me realize it, and I'm laughing.
You better get on that. Yeah.
Soul surfing, guys. Dania Adams. All right. Bye-bye.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello
there.
Welcome back, listeners.
It's a
Snow Day! I fucking wish it was a snow day. Boy.
I got opinions.
All the snow just melted in my backyard. So there's no more snow.
Same.
Right.
Same.
Wow. Well,
we've had nice weather the last 3 days.
Yeah, same here.
Are we?
Okay, let me
doing? Why are people listening? What are we doing?
Introduce ourselves. Yes. So we are the Sisters Who Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
But I like zebras. And I was like, boo. That's the worst subplot ever.
This is the time.
Wow, was it?
It is.
What is it?
The movie.
What's the movie, Bridge?
The 2000 Nickelodeon.
We can tell.
Movie Snow Day.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta give this synopsis.
Okay, I will.
I can't even, Katie. I don't even know.
I do want to, do you have a one sentence? Because there was one I saw, but I'm very curious if you always find different ones than me sometimes, so.
That's because I'm like the idiot always paying for it on Amazon Prime.
This was free on Amazon Prime.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, what is it?
Rules were meant to be frozen.
Nope. Wrong. Whose rules? You mean the rule of law?
I'm sorry, but that is a dad joke that will need to continue whenever there is snow outside. That is so absurd.
Wow. That's all it says? Rules were meant to be frozen?
That's all it says.
I thought there's more.
Nickelodeon is not real. Nickelodeon isn't real. It's an AI.
That was definitely, they were like, hey, interns who aren't getting paid money and being worked to the bone, come up with a one sentence. This one sentence says, when a school in upstate New York is snowed in, a group of students hijack a plow to keep the school closed. That feels like a spoiler for the ending. Okay. So
that's
basically,
a horror film.
None of these sentences describe the movie, first of all. So I will describe it. I'll try because
oh my God.
It's kind of like two movies shoved into one. It's a little weird, in retrospect.
Wait, do you know what this was supposed to be?
Was it about freezing someone?
Do you remember from Nickelodeon, Pete and Pete? The Adventures of Pete and Pete. It was supposed to be that.
This could have been a great fucking Pete and Pete movie because it would have been so goddamn different.
It would have had no love story.
No 2000s weirdness. Like pop music every second.
You don't even, as much as I love Chris Elliott, you wouldn't even need him. Yeah. Like Pete and Pete would do the work.
The little Pete would drive the snowplow, and then the big Pete would be like, there he goes again. I gotta go. Yeah. You know, that makes sense too, because they have the older brother being the narrator, just like Pete and Pete. Ooh, interesting. Okay.
I don't know why it didn't happen, but I read a bunch of that.
That's so interesting. Well, we have a couple characters in this. This is an ensemble cast, okay? But I would say our main characters is we have Natalie. Natalie is probably a 9-10-year-old. And she's all about let's have a fucking snow day. I'm over it. And I'm like, amen. I agree. Yep. She's an older brother named Hal. Hal does need the police to speak to him. And I'm not liking what's happening because, Hal's whole thing is he likes a girl and he's going to do whatever it takes, #Degrassi, to get her. And it is scary. It's as scary as it sounds, you guys. But basically, they have a family and there's other people and blah, blah, blah. But they're the main people. And guess what? Magical magic. They get a fucking snow day and it's great.
Because of a snow globe.
Yeah. Well, there was some magic happening, I think. Natalie definitely is early onset schizophrenia, but we'll get into it.
I want to learn about that.
Concerning.
Okay.
And instead of Natalie being like, I am so, like, it's, you know, gratitude, grateful for my one snow day. No, this bitch is like, we're getting two. This is the year. Because somehow in Syracuse, New York, in the early 2000s, before Al Gore reminded us of all the dangers of climate change, we had never gotten 2 snow days in a row.
The writing was on the wall.
Guys, have you ever been to Syracuse? Who wrote this? Hello?
Do you know they even reference like Rochester? And I was like, all it is snow up there.
It's literally all snow.
Stop.
They have underground
shout out
tunnels
Mary. Love you, Mary.
because of
love
snow.
You,
We
Mary.
love you, Mary. Yeah, so that's Natalie's thing. And she goes, and the only way to get 2 snow days is we got to get rid of this fucking Snow Plow Man. Snow Plow Man is Chris Elliott. Thank God he's here.
Schitt's Creek.
He
folks.
apparently is the only man in town with a snowplow. I did have questions. He's not getting paid money. Where do our taxpayer dollars go to clean our streets? No one knows. But this man shows up and helps out, and all the kids hate him. And so that's what the kids are doing. And then, yeah, Hal is like stalking this girl Claire he likes, and he's kind of forcing his like friends to follow him around, and he goes on stupid shit with that, and it's dumb. And then he makes out with his friend Lane, who's a girl at the end, and then they're in love.
Who's Carrie Fisher's daughter?
Yeah, and she was Christy from...
No, not Carrie Fisher.
Sissy Spacek.
Sissy Spacek.
Yeah.
Wow!
And that's
Katie,
also Chevy Chase and Jean Smart are there too.
And Josh Peck. This was his debut film.
I really wish he didn't have to have his pants down for part of the movie, but Nickelodeon.
After this was when he got his Nickelodeon TV shows.
All right, you know, there's enough darkness in the world now.
I'm sorry, but that's just objectively the facts. Also, we have Pam Grier. Like, we got some heavy hitters in this.
Pam,
okay,
I was like, Pam, are you good? Blink twice if you need help, Pam. You're dressed like Gail Hailstorm in the goddamn news studio. I can't fucking handle it.
Also, fucking Iggy Pop is in this.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say, am I too old for you?
No. And he was like the ice skating DJ, and I was like, I don't understand how we got here.
Oh my god, I'm reading that they say Katherine Heigl was in Snow Day?
Oh.
No
was she
way.
a background lady?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, the bully / ex-boyfriend did look like Nick Carter. But it wasn't. But it was 2000s, and I was like, correct. Okay.
Here's the thing. This was a listener pick, and we should give a shout out to Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan, you requested this some time ago.
Ryan, did you have a snow day over the past year?
You requested this.
I think it was a year ago. You said the last one.
2 years ago.
Oh! I hope you had a snow day in there, Ryan. Damn.
Ryan, I'm so sorry, but we finally got you that snow day.
We're here for you.
We love you, bro.
Shook the snow globe for you.
We really, really love you. First of all, your synopsis is great. How do we get into it? What do we do? There's a lot happening.
So the Pete and Pete thing, I'm still stuck on that because I said this, but it does feel like it's 2 movies in one. Because when you hear the plot and you hear it's Nickelodeon, you think, okay, this is going to be a bunch of children's shenanigans in the snow day. And it is, but then half the time you're with like horny teenagers all trying to make out. And I was like, that's not Nickelodeon. And why do I need that with Nickelodeon? Yeah. And also, why all the whys, you know?
All the whys.
Like, if this,
Ryan.
Well, it was Nickelodeon Studios, but it was also Paramount. So then I was like, did Paramount... Were they like, we gotta be a bigger audience, so smush in some older kids to draw in the teen crowd. I can't imagine teenagers saw this movie when it came out. All.
One of the things I was reading is like, this was just promoted like crazy on Nickelodeon. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it was it. Like, because back then they wouldn't do 4,000 movies on streaming and just see which one wins. They would like do the marketing. So I don't know. This kind of, they banked on it. So they probably did throw in 1,000 plots, but it was interesting. And I want to ask you this. Let's just call you an educator as far as school systems educator. When you get a snow day, aren't you fucking pumped
I jump
as an adult?
for fucking joy.
I mean, like, the
I'm
whole
like,
plot was how
I'm
the
like,
principal was
woo!
mad. There's a snow day. I'm like, I'm an adult and I don't believe it.
Yeah, well, this just goes back to the writers have never been to Syracuse, New York. These writers have never they've never worked in education. I don't know if they've ever had a normal girlfriend relationship because I'm scared about the stalking.
Although
Guys!
I did, because mom, also an educator, has complained about, well, now when they give you snow days, they tack it on to a day in the summer, so you lose a day in the summer, and I'd rather keep my days in the summer and go to school in the snow. So I was like, okay, that I could get, but I don't think in 2000 that was the case.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Although I will say, as stupid as that was, I did kind of like that running joke that everybody would just throw snowballs at the principal.
Oh my God.
It felt very Scary Movie. I was like, we need more jokes like this.
Damian Young, who, if anyone is like, who the hell is that, is in so many movies. And I'm like looking, it's just basically, I feel like always like a side character, but like done so well. Okay. So our main character is really about Hal, who's kind of voicing everything.
Oh, which I was like, why are you the narrator?
Well, he's a stalker, essentially.
It's so bad. He starts off the movie also, and I know he's a fictional character, but I'm going to blame it on him and the writers, maybe. We start off with a science lesson. I didn't sign up for that. You're going to force me to listen about atoms and water molecules? I don't. I'm here for snow day. I'm not here for learning. Snow day means no learning, guys.
Where does snow come from? Chevy Chase asks.
Well, that's wow. Hal would have got it right if he asked him.
He really would have.
Anything can happen on a snow day, Bridge.
Okay.
Hal
is in love with Claire.
Yeah.
Okay. Claire Bear.
I hate that. Yeah.
I hate when people do that.
Me too.
The bear used to call that Claire Bear.
That's
remember?
Right. Oh, now I do. Okay, I don't hate that.
I was always like,
but I do hate.
I know.
This.
I love them, but I also was like, eh.
It's like, yeah.
She's the hottest girl in the entire universe. That when her boyfriend of 3 years breaks up with her, an entire town of teenage boys show up to her house. Is she okay?
That's when the police should have been called. I was like, where are your parents? Where are the police? Also, was she training for the Olympic diving team? Because they show a lot of scenes of her like doing diving, and I was like, okay,
serious diving.
Yeah, like very serious.
And all the boys are just watching her in a bathing suit. I was like,
icky.
Yeah, and I just feel like I was like, there's a lot of consistently like not believable plot, but you're also sometimes giggling, like the principal who gets hit with snowballs the entire day, even when it becomes inside his house.
Yeah.
And then everyone's obsession with Claire. And you're kind of like giggling about it, but you're also like, wait, is this like real? Because now we're supposed to be like sad for Hal, and I'm not. I think he's a stalker.
Yes, I very much felt that way, because even when you like meet him, he's with his friends and he's watching her dive, and he's like, I know everything about her. I know how many breaths she takes in a minute. And I was like, not a flex, bro. Not a flex.
He didn't even know her favorite animal.
He didn't. Okay. He made assumptions. All right. This is what
That's
we do.
Part of our movie trivia game.
Oh, what's Claire's favorite animal? I like zebras. It's because you love shampoo. You know, the whale. You love that whale.
Well, and you brought up a good point. So Hal's sidekick is Lane, which, by the way, that was a early 2000s name. Laney.
What is that short for? Like Elaine?
I don't know, but every girl who was like ignored was named Lane in the 2000 movie. And I just think you never hear the word Lane anymore.
I actually, now that you say that, I did work with some kids named Laney.
Oh, never mind.
But I don't know if that was short for anything.
Well, that's played by the Babysitter Club
Christy.
Star Christy.
Wow. I wish this Lane character had the personality of Christy, because Christy would have been like, I'm over your bullshit and I gotta go make some money babysitting kids who are stuck home on a Sunday. Bye.
She would have screwed her dad so quickly if she had this personality.
True.
She'd be like, you're the worst. I have a booming business right now.
Yeah.
But she is in love with Hal, and she's kind of friend zone, so she's helping him, trying to get with Claire, and it's so sad and depressing, and then she kisses him, and then he kisses her at the end, and you're like, oh, I hate it.
I hated it. And it's also I don't know, because it's not obvious that she likes him most of the time. And then at one point she's like, gosh, of course I'm into you. I was like, oh, I didn't know, but I guess okay, why did you do all that for? All right.
Kind of.
And then he we're basically just going through Hal's story, which is fine because it's dumb.
I kind of want to get past it.
Yeah. She kisses him. He's like, I'm confused because I'm stupid. And then she runs away, sad in the snow. And then he goes, because he's a stalker, and he finds Claire. Claire is still trying to get on that Olympic team. Girl broke into the school pool, and she's diving. It's
on a snow day.
It's a snow day.
How much shit they did in this one day.
It's crazy.
I am trying to do my laundry maybe in 4 days. They accomplished so much.
They also
in one day with tons of snow everywhere. How did they get around?
They also did every fucking winter activity that was ever invented.
Everyone.
They're all well, of course there's an ice rink and an ice luge and skiing and snowboarding and I was like, what do you mean, guys?
Hal shoveled a football field size whale that would have taken me at least a month.
Okay, I do want to say though, the visual spatial skills required to do that are impressive.
Incredible. They really are.
My whale would have not been proportionally correct. But anyway, yeah, so he runs away, finds Claire stalking her. He's like, hey lady, and she's like, I guess get up here, crazy. Because also before this, listeners, there are multiple times in public places where Hal confesses his love and stalker knowledge of Claire, and all I keep thinking of is did it on TV. He did it at the ice rink. He hijacked the microphone and announced to
from
this group
Iggy
of
Pop.
People. He
How dare you?
Stole Iggy Pop's microphone. Hello, and I just was like, police, hurry, record because the evidence is here, and it's
showed up at her house,
and then he finds her at the pool. And then she's like, well, I guess I'll give you a pity kiss. And I was like, the bar is low. You don't have to kiss your stalkers. Okay? You don't.
Maybe she thought she had to survive.
Probably. She was probably like, unless I can push him off this high dive and he breaks his neck.
We could write a really good horror snow day from Claire's perspective.
It is
that
scary.
would be a really good horror film.
Yeah. Well, and because not only is Hal slash not only is Hal scary, but her ex-boyfriend is scary. His name is Chuck, and he is a ding dong. But that's also scary.
When it comes to being a bully, though, he really wasn't that mean.
He was a very, it was very, hocus pocus bullies, where they're like, give us your shoes. And then everyone's like, gosh, they're such mean bullies. And I'm like, what? You could just run away.
He's like, back off! And I think that's, the meanest thing he said,
He gets defeated by a snowplow at the end. He gets stuck in a snowbank, and then everybody just leaves him
Leaves him.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, we have to talk about Hal's sister, Natalie.
Oh, wait. But then just to finish up with Hal.
Okay.
He kisses Claire, and
then
he's like, gosh, what am I doing? She's like, what do you mean, Hal? I thought you were my stalker. Do you have other people you're stalking? Stockholm Syndrome. And then he was like, Lane kissed me. And she goes, oh, you better go, figure it out. Get the fuck out. And then he ends up with Lane, I guess. But should Lane do better? Because
Lane could do better.
Lane needs to run away. So that's how.
Okay.
Yeah.
That movie is over.
Okay.
Let's get to the Nickelodeon movie I was promised when I picked Snow Day.
This
and that
is the
led
movie.
by redhead Natalie, who I'm ready to party with, who's Zena Grey. I feel like, was she in a bunch of Nickelodeon shows?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I remember her from anything else. I'm sure she was in stuff, but I also just felt like it still kind of is a little bit of a thing, but I do feel like if you're a kid actor with red hair, you're it's you got a leg up. Hollywood loves the redhead kids.
They're
Chevy
starting
Chase
revolutions.
and Jean Smart did not have red hair.
Absolutely. First of all,
and then they're like, oh, now we got 2 kids with red hair. And I was like, should we?
I
that?
cannot tell you how much I would never in my life say, you know what? Who's a couple? Chevy Chase and Jean Smart. You know who I would believe is thank God we never saw them interact, which I guarantee was Jean Smart's, like, in her contract.
Definitely.
Like, don't you ever make me hug or kiss that fucker.
She's like,
you know she put that. Yeah, she's like, I want every scene
God.
away from him. I will be an absentee mother, so I don't need to be near Chevy Chase.
Amen.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So Natalie starts a revolution, but I do think she has some mental issues.
Natalie, when we first meet Natalie, it's Hal narrating. Natalie walks out to her yard by herself. Nobody's around, and it's daytime, warm time. And she stands and opens her hands like a goddamn scarecrow or Jesus Christ. Opens her mouth. Hate it, Nickelodeon. And then she somehow knows magically a snowflake's going to land on it. Or she imagined it. And this is the beginning of her psychosis. Her 9-10-year-old psychosis. That's
so part of the horror film.
I mean, it just, like there's a lot of, I don't know, like imaginative. She has one where she imagines like it's snowing inside her room and her mom's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, just thinking about snowflakes, Mom. And the mom's like, whatever, go to bed, please. Well, like, I got enough to deal with.
And then the action figures like come to life and talk to her.
Okay, do you remember, this was a Nickelodeon show, do you remember a Nickelodeon show called Kablam?
No.
Oh, fuck, really? Oh,
no.
It was definitely in the 90s. It was kind of like
Kablam?
almost like a sketch comedy, but it was like cartoon, or it was like claymation. And they had a little segment called Action League Now, which were little action figures, and they were actual action figures, and they would like do little skits with them where they would talk and like have personalities. And that's all I thought about. I was like, is this like a promo? Is this like
probably
subliminal messaging for Kablam? Because I will watch Kablam. You don't gotta pull my leg twice, Nickelodeon.
I've never ever heard of that. Wow.
Oh my God.
Okay, so something's happening in her head, but
it is,
and also she hates school so much that she is so jazzed for a snow day that she literally starts a revolution to make it 2.
Yes.
Which, by the way, if it's a Thursday.
Well,
a Friday would make it a double snow day. I'm with her.
I do get that.
I'm with her. That's a 5-day weekend.
Yeah.
Math. That's a 4-day weekend.
Before, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
She was intense though. Like she scared Josh Peck. Like she was intense.
Well,
she stole a crow.
Her scream when she realizes it's a snow day is like the loudest scream the world's ever heard. And you're like, whoa, crazy. And then she's like, this is the year, Hal. You and me are gonna fuck up that Snow Plow Man's life. Don't forget. And I was like, damn, Natalie. What is your life?
I want everyone to take a pause. And I want you to think of the redheads in your life. And I had a great, this is my shout out to Lizzie, my great redhead.
Oh, Lizzie.
Red Fury. And you need a redhead in your life because nobody knows how to start a revolution or be angry than a redhead.
It's giving Braveheart.
You're following them. You're following them till the death. And the fact that Hal ditched her is why she ended up having to steal the crow.
Yep.
Almost kill Josh Peck.
Yep.
And then basically create multiple crimes. She even tied Chris Elliott to a pole and left him.
She did.
What?
I kind of want to go through.
He could have died.
I kind of want to go through her story like sequentially because it just was like so much fucking better than the other one.
Yes.
So they get this snow day, and then there's a whole bit which this just shows 2000s. This is not a thing anymore in our day and age where you would only hear about if you had a snow day on the radio. And now everybody gets fucking like a text or phone call like, hey, don't fucking come in.
No, that was the bet. I remember it being on your answering machine as a kid.
That's even more like, ooh.
Your landline. It would be like, this is schools.
God.
Or not where, blank out where we live.
Yep.
And this is, schools are closed today. And you're like, woo!
Yeah, I did think it was funny how, because they show like her, they show Josh Peck, they show their other friend, who I don't know the other friend's name, but he was there too. And then they show like a third unnamed family.
Chet.
Chet, okay.
Chet, Natalie, and Wayne.
Wayne.
What a duo. That's a band.
My God.
That's a band.
And yeah, it just shows everybody's reaction to when they get a snow day and all the kids are celebrating. And then they show the one mom who starts crying.
Oh my God.
Damn. And I was like, oof, well, it's just one day. But now Natalie's going to make it too. So now you're going to cry too. I don't know. These kids, Bridge, you know, I got to give props where props are due. Because never in my little 9-year-old, 10-year-old life did I ever think to myself, I have to the first thing on my snow day agenda is to make an underground layer that is fully functional. We're going to bring an extension cord. We're going to have a beanbag chair. We're going to have lighting, string lights. Hello, Costco. Where are you? I'm ready.
They had sleeping bags.
Wow.
They had insulation.
I mean,
it was up to code.
The Eskimos would be proud. Yeah,
it was incredible.
I don't know.
And then they even had a little telescope.
They had a telescope.
Which I thought, that's so cool.
It's so cool. It's so cool. That's what I said.
I do remember making like an igloo. But never anything underground,
but
and that is
like
so brilliant.
Like that shit. I was like, damn, like I would have liked to see the engineering side of it. Did Chet engineer it? Definitely not Wayne. Sorry, Wayne.
Wayne had nothing to do with it.
Wayne was getting the extension cord probably during that.
Yeah.
But they're playing fucking video games in the igloo, and she's like, "What are you guys doing?" And it's like, "Buzz, what are you doing?"
Oh my God. Well, let's give some love to Josh Peck too, because from this scene on, they're like, it's 2000, we're fat phobic. We're still fat phobic in 2025, but we were really fat phobic. And since you're the fat kid, all you're gonna do is fart.
Farted a lot.
We're gonna think about your pooping and peeing and eating, and you're gonna be like the helpless kid who like deserved it because you're fat.
Yeah.
You know. However, he did some great acting.
Yeah, he's good.
Like he kind of wasn't natural. Like he made me giggle in his like he has that little lisp as a kid. It was pretty adorable.
Yeah, he was cute.
I was like, this Drax, you know?
I'll say it. I did like the kid acting. I thought they were pretty good.
Oh my God. You heard it here first, folks.
I know. Just put in the newspapers. But this is like, we already kind of got a little intro where she's like, Snow Plow Man, you know, the legend of Snow Plow Man is he runs over children and uses their braces for machines on his tire. And I'm like, it's so that now I'm just thinking of Pete and Pete. That's like such a Pete and Pete thing. Like, where it's like the legend and it's something absolutely batshit insane, but children would believe it because children would be like that. Yeah. And then Snow Plow Man is chasing children with his plow and they're all like, ah! Like, there's no adult intervening.
Let's give a little love to Chris Elliott, who clearly has his own issues, certainly some dental issues.
Wow.
And a crow I think I read some nerd on the internet was like, it's not a crow, it's a magpie.
Okay.
It's a magpie, so I'm gonna call it his crow.
Wow.
His bird.
His bird's name was Trudy,
which was pretty adorable.
It was cute.
So him and Trudy are literally just paid to plow the streets, and like he's a little sloppy about it. I'm like, can we leave him alone?
But like, is he paid or is he just like a citizen with a plow?
Doesn't everyone pay to get plowed?
Yes, but also this is Nickelodeon land, so I don't know.
True. Like in Pete and Pete world, like
it's just like that person they like manifest when it's like that time of year. I thought Natalie said something like he's just a guy that shows up, and I was like, why?
Maybe.
Why does he do that?
But she hates him because if the streets are plowed, then there's school.
That's right.
And so he is the worst. But then he said to her at some point in the movie, you know, all the other roads are plowed, kid.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
But then they unplowed. So. however that is.
That sounds like a very gross sexual thing.
So sorry. I take back.
Google that. Okay.
Well, we're still in the cool snow fort, and even though everyone's like, this is the best, I hope we hang out here all movie, we fucking don't.
We don't.
Natalie... Okay, first of all, the kid Chet, where he's like, I got all these types of snowballs.
Oh my God, it was like, so good.
It's just like, he just puts random stuff in snowballs, and then it's like,
puts jellies.
What kind of snowball you want? You want a jelly snowball? You want, there was like a pea snowball? That was a lot. And then, I don't know, other snowballs. And so she throws a snowball, and it hits Snow Plow Man, and he does run over a car, and we never see what happens about that, but it's fine. And then he literally starts chasing the kids with his plow. And yes, this is where Josh Peck's pants are down. I mean, it's not, you don't see like, he has like, it looks like long johns, which is like undies. I don't like it. And then his pants are down that whole part, and they have to go through their they made like a fucking, it was like, do you remember the Addams Family when they go down the slide? Yes. That was like the snow,
and it's like a 6,000-foot slide.
Snow tunnel slide that they go down to get out of their fort. And I was like, again,
it's so impressive.
Who engineered this, guys?
It's unbelievable.
Holy
there was
moly.
no snow. They woke up and there's a fortress. Elsa is their other fourth bestie that no one knows about.
Fuck is Elsa? Because we gotta freeze stuff. But their fort gets destroyed, and you're like, Snow Plow Man! And their next plan of action is to then make Josh Peck pretend he's dead with ketchup, and he lays in the middle of the road, and then the Snow Plow Man doesn't run him over, even though he was literally running over children before, and he goes out with french fries and just starts eating french fries with the ketchup on him.
Okay, but
I
here's
thought
the
that
thing.
was really funny.
I'm with you. If that was the tone of the movie, we don't need the love plot.
We don't
That's
need it!
funny.
Yes.
That's funny. Let's do that.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah, and he's just like, well, I don't know, some free ketchup here. And then, yeah, that's where the kids wanted to steal his keys. That was like their main.
Yeah.
But then the bird, Trudy attacked. Okay, now we're at the birds. This is the horror movie. We're back at it. And then
she stole a bird.
Then they steal the bird. And it's a hostage.
Only a redhead could do that.
They steal the bird, and then Snow Plow Man is like, no. And then Josh Peck is just laying there with ketchup on him, and he's like, ah! Snow Plow Man kidnaps a kid. And now we have more felonies. It's so absurd.
He kidnaps a kid in order to get his bird back.
That's right. Yep.
Is it 2025 or is it 2000? Because I think I read that online somewhere that just happened.
Definitely happened in Florida somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were like, literally, Natalie was Braveheart. Like, she did not give up. She did not shudder. She wasn't afraid. She had a little action hero pep talk. She got the whole town involved to take this man out.
I do love, too, how the Snow Plow Man, I don't know how he knows where Natalie lives, but he, like, goes there. And then he's, like, asking Jean Smart, like, hey, like, kids signed up for free plow rides. And she goes, oh, there's Wayne. And Wayne's like, oh
my God. Oh, my God. Let's take a beat from Wayne.
Wayne.
As a mother of a 3-year-old.
Oh, God. Was that a little
too real
little
for
PTSD?
Me.
Oh, Lord.
Little PTSD. Jean Smart's whole personality is like, all she does is care about work and not her family.
Yeah.
And so somehow she gets like stuck. Oh, no, that's right. Chevy Chase, who is like a weatherman, has to go out and report about the snow and do all his crazy, ridiculous subplot. And she's stuck at home with Wayne. And Wayne is like 6?
No, it's not Wayne. The kid's name is...
not Wayne. Sorry, Randy.
It's yeah. Which I was like, is he supposed to be like Ralphie from A Christmas Story? Because he acts the same sometimes.
Honestly, it kind of felt that way. But was Randy like 6?
Yeah, probably.
He was fucking crazy.
He had a lot going on.
And Jean Smart did not help at all.
No.
She was just like, I'm gonna ignore you. Oh, you did something crazy, and then she'd be like. You, Randy.
She's like,
you,
guys, buddy. Randy got his fist stuck in his mouth. Huh? Help me get it out.
She's like Randy ruined the entire upstairs wall. I started painting with him.
Oh, Lord.
She made absolutely no sense because it's Jean Smart. She somehow pulled it off.
Yes.
But, like, I just have to take a moment, and another trivia question is going to say, which group member of TLC is in fucking Snow Day?
Wait, who was that? Her assistant?
That was Chilli from TLC, was her assistant in Snow Day. And I was like, you're better than...
How did she get there? No.
I have no idea, but it was like the oldest looking Zoom I've ever seen, and it was like MySpace meets Zoom.
Yeah, it was not good.
It was the only way Nickelodeon knew how. And I've what favor did she owe that she had to do this stupid part?
I wonder, did TLC have any of the, like, did they have a song on this movie soundtrack? Because there were a lot of pop songs and very 2000 songs being played every couple seconds. And I was like, relax, Snow Day. You're Nickelodeon. Chill.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
But I want to go back to your comment on, is Randy supposed to be like Ralphie?
Or supposed to be like, well, actually,
no,
Randy.
Randy, yeah, from Christmas Story. I did read that Nickelodeon was trying to like come up with a Christmas Story, like
it did feel
hit.
Well, it felt like that too. That's even with all like the winter activities, and like the scene where Chevy Chase is being a weatherman. But then, so silly, goes down the hill on a sled in a snowman costume. And I was like, is this Christmas Vacation now? There's a lot of things we're taking.
Why the fuck did Chevy Chase do this movie?
I don't know. It was weird. Because I was like, I just was like, you're not like anybody could have played this role. Like,
I was thinking that. I'm like, you either needed to give him more screen time or like pick someone else. Because it was not like enough screen time for Chevy Chase. It was like kind of weird.
And he wasn't like super funny, Chevy Chase. You're just like, okay.
No, he was just like mad that he had to wear silly outfits via Pam Grier, his boss.
Gale Hairstorm, right. That's right.
As the weatherman.
Yeah.
And compete with Chad.
Yeah.
The competing weatherman.
And then
this is a Nickelodeon movie. I mean, we don't know what's happening. It's basically a sketch comedy. It's all that.
It really fucking is. And then, yes, there is a scene where we do a little hostage exchange with the bird and Wayne. And Bridge, do you remember how Snow Plow Man brings Wayne to them?
No.
Wayne is tied to the front of the snowplow, and he's like, ah!
Horror movie. He also has like icicles on his nose. Like that poor kid.
Just
traumatized.
Like, so ridiculous. And I mean, it's like, okay, well, then it's like, well, we tried. I don't know. He's got his bird. He's got his fucking plow. Life's over. It sucks. And then, she has her hallucination where the action figure's like, don't fucking give up. I'm plastic. You can do it. And she's like, I can do it. And then
I can do it.
The plan is then she, first of all, becomes an upstander. So just all remember that. Take a page. All right. Stands in the middle of the road and blocks the plow. And he's like, get the fuck out of the road. And she's like, no. And he's like, guess I'll run you over. And then 8 million children appear from nowhere.
Oh my God.
No curfew. It's
Children of the Corn.
It's night
in winter.
This is absolutely Children of the Winter Corn because
they literally
they just come out of nowhere. And I think they trample Snow Plow Man. And then...
And they like take their shovels and it's like...
Yeah.
You're like, ah!
Oh my God. And they steal his truck and then they tie him to a signpost and it's nighttime and there's no adults. And then the 9-year-old children drive a plow around town to unplow the unplow.
I can't.
And that's the movie. And then Hal's like, anyway, they got another snow day. Go team. And I was like, Hal, fucking get out of here.
What do they even do the next day? I'd be
what would you do?
Exhausted.
They did all the activities. Everything was done already. I don't know.
They'd be doing what? The luge, bobsledding? Like, what else is left?
They're doing curling, getting ready for the Winter Olympics.
Natalie would be mad about something else. Listen, I want to thank Ryan.
Ryan.
'cause I did have a good time.
It's a good time. It's silly.
You can't take it serious. That's for sure. Watch it or don't watch it, Katie.
I think you should watch it at least once. And, you can ignore the stalker subplot if it triggers you. And you just
I agree. Forward through any scene with Hal and a love story.
You good.
And remember, Nickelodeon made this.
Correct.
Okay. Nickelodeon, knowing what you know now, made this.
Oh, hate it. Okay. I hate it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, Bridge, it's my pick.
Let's do it.
And it is winter. It is also almost gonna be Valentine's Day.
I love it. That's also shout out our brother Jimmy's birthday.
Yeah! Woo! Valentine's Day is on a Friday this year. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Party
time. But I have 2 movies and I want you to help me decide which one you would like. Okay, they're both like it's kind of cold out sometimes. But also there's a love story for each one. And maybe the biggest difference is one is animated and one is real people.
One is animated and one is real people.
Correct.
Huh. And there's love.
Yes.
Animated?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want animated. Do I want animated? Am I going to sing?
Yeah.
Am I going to sing songs I don't want to sing?
No.
What do you want me to pick?
Now that we're talking about it, I do maybe want...
Yep.
Okay.
What do you want me to pick?
Okay.
Do it.
All right. It's going to be the animated one.
I love it.
Okay. But this does have a familial connection. You'll know exactly what it is when I tell you. This movie, we're going back to the 90s. We're going to my birth year. We're going to 1991.
Okay.
This is one of the classic Disney movies. This movie, I believe, was nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture. Hello, guys.
Wow.
Relax. It's Disney. Spoiler alert. This movie has a familial connection because one of our siblings might have played a character from this movie in a musical. And I may or may not have been a director. Bonjour! What movie?
Because the papers let the day in his beauty and the beast.
Tale as old as time.
Out of all the love stories, not bad.
Yeah.
All the Disney love stories?
It's the tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. A big, hairy man locks you in his castle, but he loves you and gives you books. Maybe make out with him,
Leaves you alone to hang out with the sentient... I don't know.
He's rich.
Utensils, and they cook for you, and you get to fucking party.
Your dad's
I'm
safe.
There.
Yeah.
I think I'm there. What if they had your dragon books, Kate?
Oh well, then I'm just put the ring on the finger, and we're there. It's all good. Yes, we are doing Beauty and the Beast. This was rated G.
Wow.
And yeah, fairy tale. Y'all know we're going to fucking... This is in France. I think this is where the story takes place. And we got Belle, and Belle's gonna go hang out with the Beast. And I personally feel like at the end, the Beast should have maybe stayed the Beast.
Yeah.
Why has he got to lose his hair?
Like Shrek. Could have had a Shrek ending.
I could have had a Shrek ending, and I think that would be better. But we'll talk about it. And Mary, our sister Mary, was Mrs. Potts. Okay.
Mom made a big hoop skirt.
It was the biggest hoop skirt ever. And one time Mom made me direct the children because she didn't want to do it or some shit. And I don't know what was happening, but I had all the 5th graders. And I was trying to get them together. And it was crazy.
Hell as old as time.
Yeah.
See? She was just a beauty. She was a beauty.
Okay.
All right, snow day's over. Let's go to Disney. We're living in Fantasyland. I love it.
Living in Fantasyland, and it's still cold. It's cold.
Okay, final shout out to Ryan. Thank you.
Thank
Listener
you.
picks matter.
They do.
2 years
Well,
later.
they matter in my heart. I swear. I may not try.
They matter,
but they do. Well, Bridge, I just want to say, if we had a snow day and you were like, Kitty, let's ruin this man's life who plows the road. And depending on which man it is, I'd be like, yeah, you know? I would immediately be like, absolutely, Bridge. I'll get Josh Peck and the ketchup. And we're going in, okay? I'll get the bird. And we're going to do this.
I love it.
We're going to get a second soda. And I would do that for you because I love you.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, if you were having a schizophrenic moment.
Wow.
Where maybe in your case, your dragon books started to fly out and become dragons and talk to you to really start the revolution for snow days.
My God.
I would be your Wayne. I would be your Chet.
Wow.
I would help. I would.
Build a snow fort that I could like slide into? Okay.
I'm not going to do it in a day. It's going to take me a little bit.
Yes. That's,
but I'm there.
Got to recruit some people for that. Wow.
And I can definitely get Kate to help, you know?
Yeah. I want her to slide in there too. Oh my
She
God.
would love it.
Wow.
So.
Oh, I love that. Penny can come too. And listeners, if you think that stalkers are evil, and don't let Paramount Pictures Nickelodeon Studios tell you otherwise. Okay?
No.
And if you think that this movie had some weird cameos in it, Iggy Pop and Chili. Like, so many questions, so little answers. And if you think that snow days are fucking fun, if you're an educator, like, thank your lucky stars if you get one, because like the world is burning, you know? So yeah. If you think all that, you should write us a review. Woo! We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts along with some other podcasting apps. And we also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So that is what Ryan did. He did do it 2 years ago, but we still keep a list, so don't panic. Because we have the list.
We do. We keep a list.
We've got a list.
It's there.
It exists, and it will always exist. And that could be you, listeners. So you could join the list. How exciting. But your movie could also be one that we do. So please give us those. And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
They can give us money,
Woo.
Which if you really want your movie to increase on the list. No, I'm kidding.
Wow. I mean,
you could pay for that. Also, merchandise.
Yeah.
Anything you could imagine from our old nostalgic movies is up there.
Yes.
Get it. Get a t-shirt. I know the holidays are over. Just say, oops, this was delayed. Blame it on us.
Yeah.
Give everybody some outfits.
Yeah. Agreed. Yes, so check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right, well, we'll see y'all next week for Beauty and the Beast.
The Beast.
Be our guest. Serves to
the rest. Tie a napkin around your neck.
Bye-bye. I mean, the songs are good. Bye-bye. I love you.
Bonjour. Bye-bye.
Enjoy your snow day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswhoseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.